welcome to another exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Papergoy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
And it's a Saturday. It's BOLO Day. What's sold on eBay? Be on the lookout, Mr. Magazine. Take it away.
All right, here I am. And what is trending now? Well,
robot voices?
Yeah. Well, not only is this trending because of gamers, but there's a streaming show coming out, I believe. So I'm pretty sure this is why this sold this week. Halo. Master Chief. Funko Pop, very cool piece, 1850. Got full price for it, 13.
Now, what would something like this cost
in the store?
Yeah,
usually $10. Some places 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 in that range.
Who sells these?
Lots of places, you know.
Walmart. I mean, I know
Walmart,
FYE
Target.
yeah,
they still do. Yeah, they certainly. Okay. Yeah, they're back in business again. FYE. Yeah. So yeah, they're not limited by any means, but they do run exclusives. Some places run exclusives like Target and whatever. But this is a basic one, and 1850. I'm sure there's some rare ones that could be hundreds of dollars.
Well, let me ask another question because I know that a friend of the channel, Pure Hustle Podcast, was talking about that he doesn't deal in those anymore because they're too easily damaged.
That is a problem we have sometimes, and our supplier, the person that orders supplies for us, sometimes he gets the cheaper ones for this size, and they do get
cheaper what?
Boxes. So we do have some getting damaged every now and then. If it's expensive, we put it in a plastic case. We'll put it in a better box. If it's a $10 one, we put it in the I'm going to call it the chintzier box. And every now and then they get damaged, but for the most part, we do okay with them.
But they make it to you undamaged.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, most of them.
Because wherever he had bought, wherever Pure Hustle bought
the boxes aren't really that good. They're not made strongly anyways. The boxes are kind of flimsy to begin with.
Right.
So that's the issue. But yeah, I totally agree. But again, we bought the plastic cases and they didn't cost much at all, quarter 50 cents. So anything over like $20, we throw it in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
All right. Next up, I bought a bunch of these. Never had them before, and I looked on eBay, and they really weren't selling for too much, a couple here and there. But maybe because I'm Mr. Magazine, I sold a bunch of them for $17. So you live and learn. Seaways magazine, they had Robert E. Lee, all kinds of river boats and so forth on the covers, different boats, and it's pretty cool. It looks like they got some schematics and blueprints and stuff inside. It's pretty cool.
Now, may I offer a tip?
Sure. I didn't list it, but I can move that and pass it on to the lister.
I would list March 1990 because nobody's searching on Mar/Aber.
Gotcha. Well, that's a good point.
And so in the old days, I used to list exactly the same way. And after a while, I said, I'm just going to list 1 month, the first month of the two. And then if people know it's a bi-monthly or whatever, they can find it that way.
What's funny about that is he used to list it like that just to save space and time. And then everyone polling got confused.
Oh,
you're like, oh, there's no March in here. Well, there's March, April. Oh, I didn't know that. So, but there's something.
All right, okay.
We can certainly teach him to go back that way.
Well, no, you have you have other issues that I don't have because I'm the only, and I do look at pictures when I find things, whereas it isn't always able for your poolers to do so.
Sure.
Okay, interesting.
But if you see them out there, they go for 15, 17, 20 bucks.
They go for a buck each or less. Yeah, can't argue with that.
All right, Razor Magazine. I must have known what I was doing. I put it up for $50, and we sold it for $50 full price. I think it was up for a couple years.
May I ask why?
Well, I mean, she is a pretty-looking woman. I don't know if she's worth $50 on a magazine cover. Is that Kylie Minogue?
I was just going to ask you who that is.
I'm assuming it's Kylie Minogue now, or well, whenever this was taken, almost 20 years ago. But again.
But I guess my question is, why did you price it at $50?
I think the lister terror peaked certain titles or certain issues of Razor. They don't all go for that. I think it was one that someone might have had sold one or asked $50 for this when she was terror peaking all these expensive fashion magazines, and she came up with that.
Well, it's good to know though, because I generally would just walk right by Razor unless
most of them are $15, $20 probably.
They're if I remember right, they're slightly oversized. They got the slit cover and they're slightly heavy.
Look at this though that she did not mention. Oh, there's a Twin Towers picture.
Oh, yeah.
So someone may have wanted it for that. Maybe that's why it was worth more. They listed it. I don't know.
Right.
But she missed the boat on that, or maybe that's why it sold. It's a mystery, but regardless.
But that's good to know, though, because, again, I would have walked right by that because Razor Magazine is not a magazine that I think of being worth much of anything.
Yeah, and you could probably pick them up for $1 or $2.
Oh, yeah, you definitely
can.
Or
cheaper, yeah absolutely.
Definitely can.
All right, next up, I may be repeating myself. Yep. But Johnny Lightnings do sell.
What are you doing today?
I'm clicking.
All right. Well,
oh, there we go. All right. Hey.
Technical difficulties.
But
You're now returning to the show in progress.
Exactly. Bought a big collection of these. They're out there. 10, 15, 20 bucks they sell for. You can probably pick them up for $1 or $2, generally speaking. There's the white lightnings. They can go for $20 to $50 to $100 even.
Well, no, it's good though that you keep bringing the same type of item up, but different ones of it, because that drives home the point. Yeah. Because people will find these out there. They definitely will. I'm sure I could find them out there.
There's collectors for any cars either. There's a Mazda Miata. It could be a Corvette collector. It could be Camaro, whatever. So, and they have them all.
Yeah, and you know, and again, I don't buy these because I'm not really into the cars, but for you showing them week after week, if I'm at a sale and I see them for $1 a piece, I probably will pick them up. Even if I sell them to you for $2 a piece, I can double my money.
And if they're loose, they're higher quality than Hot Wheels. They're a little more durable. The tires are made a little better. So even open, they're worth $1 or $2 probably, or more. You could pay 50 cents a quarter, $1, and there still could be $2, $3, $4, $5 on them. Oh wow! So Johnny Lightnings are good any way, shape, or form.
Thank you.
You got it.
That's why I tune in and subscribe to this channel.
And this is a name that always sells for me. I don't know about
Esquire?
you, but David Beckham. It's a Esquire UK magazine. I sold a bunch to one guy overseas, and he paid $50 a piece for 5 different David Beckham. So
see, and I don't tend to find very much with David Beckham whatsoever.
Yeah, he's not on many covers, but I think some of these foreign fashion deals I picked up a while back, they're paying off now for me.
That's good to remember though, because again, David Beckham. Now, if I do see him on a Razor magazine,
they perv me. That could be $100. Yeah, shaven or unshaven,
with a free Johnny Lightning.
Exactly. All right, here we go. Everyone's into Garbage Pail Kids. Everyone's into autographs. Everyone's into inserts and variants. Well, we have a Tom Bunk autograph 2020 Garbage Pail Kids card. Only 25 ever signed. I got 500 full shot on this baby.
I didn't see the price.
There's a couple artists out there for Garbage Pail Kids that get top dollar. He's one of the 2. I can't remember the other guy's name. If you said it, I would probably know it. But I think we've had him before. Wow. But this could be in a pile. Who knows? Garbage Pail Kids are out there. But again, even the new stuff, it goes to show you the new stuff is worth more than some of the old stuff. So
there's nothing in the first run that's worth that, is there?
Some of the rare, maybe graded stuff, but
graded, but ungraded.
And I got a good customer that sells me good stuff all the time. He said, "Listen, this card could be $300 to $500." He sold it to me based on the $300 price. I paid less. He goes, "Put up for $500. I bet you get it." We put it up, and all it took was the one bid to get it. So can't argue with that.
No, that's very nice. Wow. Well, add it to everything I have together. It doesn't add up to that. So I'm gonna mic drop and be out of here. See you next video. Teen World Magazine, August 1971, David Cassidy, Ron Howard, Donny Osmond, Susan Day. I believe, look at Ron Howard. He was young looking then, wasn't he?
It's amazing that he gave birth to, what's her name? Dallas Bryce Howard.
Oh, there you go.
He didn't. His wife did, obviously.
Well, yes, I would think so. But
they do not look alike, let me tell you.
$38 on this, and I've mentioned it before, and I will mention it again. Anytime you get the teen magazines, you definitely want to make sure for completeness. I was able to go through it, verify it was complete, and then I felt good asking the $38 on it.
Yeah, and I think that tear's better looking than their faces.
Oh, hey now. Say it's a Greg Brady's face. Yeah, so we got $38 out of that. Oh, and that also sold overseas, so the guy paid $30 to get it shipped to him. So, hey, good for him. Big collector of somebody up there. Susan Day is low-key a good keyword. People do buy her, and the other nice thing, she doesn't take up a lot of space in there. So
we could call her a B-lister for magazines.
B+. Oh,
wow.
B+, yeah. No, she does move the needle, probably more than a lot of the other people do.
Cool.
Next item we have over here, the American Architect 1922 bound volume, January to March, articles, photos. Poorly listed as far as articles, photos go, except I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to talk about, so I put lots and lots of pictures up there. The one advantage, and this is something, a little insider tip with a lot of bound volumes. This was, I believe I said it down below, bound without ads or covers. Always check to see if the covers are in there. I do remember your sister had purchased some Life Magazine bound volumes back in the day and listed them, and I got them returned to her because they didn't have the covers in them.
Correct, yeah.
So always check to see if the covers are in there. This does not happen to have them. 6-pound item. What's the advantage to have it having been bound without ads?
Medium mail?
It can go media mail because there are no advertisements in it. And if you look here, even I offered economy shipping, legally able to do so because there are no ads in it. But definitely do note if the ads are in there. More often than not, they're not. But do note that on there. Now, a lot of the ones you had do have ads in them, though, correct?
Yes, most of them, and most are complete with the covers as well.
Yep. Yeah. The next item I have, and we've shown things like this before, but want to show it again, much as you showed Johnny Lightning.
Thanks.
Like to beat a dead horse. Bishop Kearney Kings Band International Sound, Rochester, New York record. Got $24 out of this, and the person also bought a second one for $24.
It's funny, I sold a couple to a guy a while back.
Yep, and you can find these out there, and, well, you probably can't watching this, but you can find your local high school, and they're going to have produced records like this. People do buy those records, and you're going to pay $1 or less. These were purchased at a church sale, and I think I paid 50 cents a piece on them. So I paid $1 total and got $48 out of the two of them.
Nice.
Cannot argue with that whatsoever. So do look for the high school ones in your area. That's kind of where, not that I buy a lot of records, but that's kind of where the little niche that I found locally in buying records, because everybody obviously wants the the Beatles and all that.
Yeah.
They walk right by this. I buy things like this, and they take a. Oh, I listed it last year, so it's not even like it took 5 years or anything.
Say someone wanted $20 for a Beatles White Album or $1 for those, you're gonna make way more money, and they're worth equal the same amount too.
That is actually very true, and nobody's going to think to price this at 20 at the sale.
No shot,
Yep, very true. Next item we have is the Colliers. The Colliers, December 24th, 1954. Body Snatchers, Christmas Lights, Joe Lapchick. And it's got, well, not very well put there in the table of contents, but the Body Snatchers was a story, and it was first in this magazine. Nobody else was listing that for being in it. And I said, why is nobody listing the Body Snatchers, Invasion of the Body Snatchers?
Right.
So I went and listed that, and I think I took $30 or $35 on it. Other people were getting $15 to $18 on it without listing it.
Wow.
And that shows the importance of the keyword, shows the importance of knowing some things about pop culture and all that kind of thing that, hey, that's something or other that's going to drive the needle a little bit.
Right.
Next item we have up over here today is a catalog of postal stamps and integrated things. 1928 Russia Soviet stamps.
Wow. Good for you.
I did get $28 out of that. Picked it up in an estate sale. Foreign language things sell because nobody else wants to deal with them. That was sitting there. I picked it up for probably 50 cents to $1. Got $28 out of it. And we have the video. Do search it out if you haven't seen it already, where we show how to use your phone in order to translate. That's how I ended up even getting this, was a translation off the phone. Kind of knew what it was. I mean, well, I guess the pictures of stamps inside kind of give it away also. But I kind of knew what to say about it, just because, the title and all that. And get $28 out of something that everybody else passed by because they got scared away. Yeah. Be on their scared pile.
It's genius. And you listed it too.
That does improve my sales when I list things. Yes, it does. Next item we have up over here, and I think I truly think I gave this away. Meadowbrook Hospital annual report, lot of 23, Nassau County, New York, 1930s and 1960s. Their annual reports from the hospital. Fascinating reading, I am certain. They can go media mail. There's no ads in them, so that was a definite advantage. I believe I took just over $60 for them, so I took about $2.50 a piece. I think I gave them away on the one hand. On the other hand, I had them listed since 2016.
Right. Exactly.
So, and I didn't pay very much for them at all. They were just in some box lot somewhere or other things that I had bought. So it's pretty much all profit to me. I just think that I should have made more profit, but I didn't. Yeah. But that goes to show if something's taken 6 years.
Move it out.
Exactly. I could have died with it at 137.16 and been rushed over to Meadowbrook Hospital. And last item we have over here is, you look at that, and what do you think? You think Book of Flavius Josephus, 1700s hardcover book, Hebrew.
I think you didn't rotate the scanner, but what do I know?
No, that actually is the right way.
Holy cow.
Yep, it actually is the right way, believe that or not.
That's why I don't deal with it.
No front board. So it's missing the front cover on it. I saw it at a house call, and I said, that looks old. Couldn't find very much out about it, even with using the translate, other than it said it was Josephus, which I then figured out is Flavius Josephus by doing some more research. I guessed 1700s based off the illustrations in it. Those do appear to be 1700s illustrations. I asked 144. I think they got offered me $120 on it. I said more than happy to get it gone because I think I gave the guy something like $200 for everything that I bought that day at the sale to get $120 out of one book. Very happy with that. This is, again, the kind of thing that most people aren't going to buy. I mean, when you looked at it, you said, huh? Yeah. Really no English on it whatsoever. It's a difficult thing to list unless you search out our video and learn how to use the Google Translate on your phone. But you can't argue with that. This was a pick that multiple other dealers had been to. None of them wanted it for one of two reasons: either because it was missing the front cover, or because it's all in Hebrew. One or the other, or it could have been both. Yeah. But I cannot argue with something like that. And I'm sure the guy selling it to me just looked at that too and said, well, why is he taking this stuff? Good for him. Right. So hopefully that helps you some. There's money to be made out there in the foreign language stuff. A lot of money to be made, obviously. Yeah. Hit the like button if you could. Comment if you've had anything like this. And do hit the like button.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.